Hey guys, so we are on day 13 of How to Gain Self Confidence in 30 Days. And if you hear some noise in the background, I am actually in the lobby um, right now. So you may hear a little bit of noise, may hear a little bit of music, but that's all right. So, um, little recap of what we've been going over was first, you need to learn yourself. Actually, let me step back. It's four pillars to self confidence and creating a great foundation of self confidence. And the first pillar of that is learning yourself. You have to learn yourself, what you like, what you don't like, all those great things in order to begin to know yourself, begin to walk in who you are and who you have seen yourself be, um, as you have learned yourself, not, what you were told or what you were taught, um, but going off of who you really are yourself, your happiness, your feelings, your thoughts that comes from the inside of you, what resonates with you and your soul. So first you're going to learn yourself, then you're going to get to know yourself, because you can't know something that you have not learned. So you can't say, oh, I know myself. Not really. If you haven't taken the time to learn yourself, then there's no possible way for you to know yourself. And it's a process, it's a journey. All of these steps and all these things are a process and a journey, and you have to push yourself to take care of that process and journey each and every day. The little successes add up to big ones, and you just keep pushing, keep moving, and keep strength. So after we get to knowing ourselves, we are going to start to love ourselves, because in knowing ourselves, we begin to understand that we are a complex being, more than one part. Of us have ideas and thoughts and angles and lines in which we're trying to go. And so, in knowing yourself, you begin to love yourself. You begin to accept yourself for who you are. Your good, your bad, your evil, your greatness, all these things or whatever, you begin to accept that they all have their part. Now, do you have to allow one thing to rule over another? No. The point is to be a balanced, well rounded individual, so that you may begin to have peace and heal on the inside, and that flourishes from the inside to the outside, and creating self confidence. It really starts from the inside. You can do a lot of things. You can lose weight, you can get in shape, you can, get a better life, make more money, all these things. You can do all these things. But if your inside core has not been tended to, if your inside garden has not been tended to, then there's no solid foundation to build upon. So all of what you build at one time can crumble in the blink of an eye. Why? Because there was not a solid foundation set in trusting who you are, in who you see yourself being. It's not always easy, especially, coming from different backgrounds and different families. It's not always easy to say, okay, this is who I am. And for people to always accept you. And sometimes, especially family members, they have this vision for your life that may not necessarily fit up with the vision that you have for yourself. And if that's the case, we are meant to be, here to live out um, who we see ourselves as, who we um, I'm trying to think of the word, who we register with. Your spirit has different things that it registers with. Whether it's music or information or whatever, and you have to be willing to push and move in your direct direction and on your path. And that's part of getting to know yourself, getting to know what you like, what you don't like, getting to know who you really are. And in doing that, like I said, you start to love yourself. You start to fall in love over and over again, and understanding that you are love itself. And in loving yourself, you may begin to truly love others, and be what you were meant to be in this world. So after you get to loving yourself, then you are going to be able to start to trust yourself. Um, Trusting your instincts, trusting your intuitive mind. All of what you need is on the inside of you. There is nothing in this world that you're going to find that you really need in life that's not on the inside of you. All of what you find on the outside of your life is what has been drawn to you through what's on the inside of you. So if you're constantly going through hiccups, and I one time was constantly going through hiccups, constantly going through, couldn't really understand why I was being done wrong and all these things. And I finally got the realization that in my head, I didn't see the value of myself. So I couldn't, therefore, make anyone else see the value within me. I always want, you want people to treat you better than what you treat yourself. And that's not possible. What you uh, put in and what you meditate on and fester on for some people, that's what's going to manifest in your life. Even if you're not doing it on purpose, you have to be diligent and aware of what's going on in your mind. And that's coming from connecting with yourself, because in connecting yourself, you begin to have this amazing aura and this amazing peace about yourself, understanding that whether or not you make the right decision or whether or not you choose to make this action or this step, having peace. And I did my work of diligently allowing my mind to register with it. I did my diligent work in allowing myself to be stronger and understanding that sometimes things take time. We get stuck in thinking that everything has to move at the speed of light, and that's so far from the truth. Like, I call this series How to Gain Self Confidence in 30 Days. Um, but confidence is constantly being built upon. But telling you from a person who went to no self esteem at all, constantly doubting myself, constantly wondering if I can make the right decision, constantly wondering if I can be a good mother or a good wife or a good friend, constantly having all these things, constantly scared of letting people down. So I put myself to the back burner so that they may, have the things that they need. And that's not self-love, because if I can't take care of myself, how can I effectively take care of those that I say I love? You see what I'm saying? So, and realizing that, I realized I had to take care of myself. I had to take care of myself health wise. I had to take care of myself, food wise, mind wise, physical. Everything had to be taken care of. And it's not always met the way I would see it. But as long as you're seeing progress, that's where the difference is met. That's where your mind begins to register all these great things as a success, and your strength builds, your confidence builds in yourself. Each day I step and I take care of just a small success. I feel so amazingly good. If I took the time to put some knowledge in me, pick up a book, if I took some time to watch a video, if I took some time to support a friend, if I took some time, 5 minutes to listen to my son babble about nothing, you know what I mean? Everything adds up, good and bad. So when you put out little, small, little bad things, they add up. And when you put out small, little good things, they add up. So you keep pushing and you keep moving, and your goal is to always put out what you would like to receive back. And if you have a healthy inner view of yourself, a healthy foundation of yourself, then you begin to grow and blossom and bloom, and that just expands outward. I always talk about the tree, about how the roots of who you are is on the inside of you. And as you grow and as you flourish in any direction, whether it's good or bad, it's going to flourish. It's going to be fed. So as you grow and you flourish, your branches spread out and your leaves are the people in your life. And if you've taken care of your roots on the inside, then your leaves should be beautiful and green. You should have people in your life that love you, that's there for you, that care for you. If you have not taken care of the root on the inside and gave yourself that self love and self confidence, then you may have branches that branch out, but your leaves may be brown, right? And so you may have some toxic people in your life that run over you, that's constantly putting stress in your life. You may have a disease that's in your life because you have not taken proper self love, self care. And part of gaining self confidence is bettering your health. And gaining self confidence, you better your health. You're mentally linked to your body, what you think in your mind, what you focus on all day, all night. That manifests. If you just focusing on stress, or you just focus on how you don't have nobody in your life, you're not gonna have nobody in your life. You focus on what you want so that it may manifest in the right way. And so if you want self-confidence, don't say, oh, I don't have any confidence. I wish I had some confidence. No, change it up, which we're gonna talk about coming up, which is not today, but we're gonna talk about, affirmations and getting a clear visual of who you really are. And that's why today, day 13 is what we're on today. And it's just building a better foundation on the real you, not on any of the pre-notions you were given of who you are supposed to be, or none of that bull crap. Okay, it's setting a real foundation of who you are and who you want to be in the future. Because what you do for today does not manifest today, but it manifests tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes, but we are always working on the manifestations of tomorrow. Okay, so build a foundation on the real you, and go back and watch the last 12 days, and see what you can take out of those 12 videos that could possibly help you to build it up. If you haven't watched the videos before, there's questions for the first couple of days, which is just there to give you an idea of some of the questions to ask yourself. Very, very, very simple questions, but if you really want true self-esteem, if you really want true confidence, answer the questions with um, a deep listen to yourself. Don't just kind of simply go through them. Take time, let it touch your mind. If you need to focus and really think about it, think about it. Don't take too much time, because you want to put faith and action together. Faith without works is dead. And so you must put action to everything that you do. And once you go through those 12 days, you begin to really get an understanding of who you are, of what made you think that you couldn't do whatever you can do, what made you think about all these thoughts of yourself over the years. Our first 7 years aren't even our own thoughts. Our first 7 years of life are programming, but the first 7 years um, is responsible for 95% of the actions we take throughout the rest of our life. So if you can reset some of the thoughts and some of the ideas that you were given at the age of 7, or at 7 and younger, then you can begin to manifest the things in your life that you want to manifest. But it comes from understanding who you are, really actually going inside, talking with yourself, and really answering some real hard questions that you may not want to answer for somebody else, but for yourself, it is a necessity that you are truthful with yourself, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how much you don't want to face it. You don't have to spread it with the world, but you want to build that foundation with yourself. If you ain't truthful with nobody else in life, ever, be truthful with yourself. Understand who you are and where um, you go. You have to understand yourself. You have to understand yourself, because life is full of people who don't understand themselves, and so they make the wrong choices. They get involved with the wrong people. They constantly go in these circles and these cycles of life and can't understand why they're sick. They can't understand why they're depressed. They can't understand why they don't have no confidence, why they don't have no love. They can't understand why they just want to just give up. It's because they're constantly going through this cycle. And you have to be truthful with yourself before you can be truthful with anybody else. You have to love yourself before you can truly and effectively accept someone else's love. It goes deep. Self-confidence is the basis of your life to better your relationships with others and to better others' relationship with you. Because what you accept for yourself is what it's going to be. And not saying you have to be conceited, not saying you have to push past, all of you here and I'm there. No, what I'm saying is understand who is providing value to you and understand who you are providing value to. And it should never be one-sided, but it should always, always start with you. Value comes from you first. If you're providing value to yourself, you have no choice but to provide value to others, because that's what's manifesting in you. That's the seed that is being watered each and every day, each and every time you push, and then you push somebody else. That seed is being watered when you take in good knowledge and information and you let it sit on the inside of you and register with the core of what's going on, that garden that's being built on the inside of you. When you do that, then it's going to manifest on the outside. It's going to push. And so that's just what you got to do. You just got to push and let it take root. Have patience, because patience, and I have, my patience, I got better, but I haven't had that great of patience at times, and it sets you back. So have patience and just, like I said, go back and check out those 12 days if you haven't checked them out. And let me see, yeah, share if you know somebody that could use this. The goal is for us to build our self-confidence, because in building ourselves, we are able to build others and we are able to make the world stronger as a unit, because we are all human beings that need to be able to take care of ourself, which is the core, and then we branch out from there, linking us all together. So, my goal is to take care of me and mine, and to make sure that I'm creating great human beings to put out into this world. And that starts with me. My kids aren't going to do what I say, they're going to do what they see me do. So my goal is to be the best example of a beautiful woman, amazing goddess, amazing mom, amazing wife that I can possibly be. And that I understand now that in doing that, it requires me taking time to meditate, taking time to clear my mind, to visualize about my goals and thoughts, speaking my affirmations into my life, and understanding that I have to constantly move forward, push forward, constantly show up every day and put in the work. And so that's what I do. I show up, I put in the work, I get that quick feel good success that you get the first day, that you ain't got to wait for it. You can get that quick success feeling that first day. But sometimes it's going to take pushing through some hard days, even when you don't want to, being happy even when you want to be sad. It takes, building yourself up. And if you watch these 12 videos, now 13 if you ain't caught this one, but if you watch these videos, I give you simple steps. Take them each and every day and go through them. Like I said, this coming from a person that had no self-esteem. I walked with my head down, and the very first day I talked about how the Father sets the foundation of self-esteem for a young girl. Like I said, I lost my father at the age of 10. So, that foundation was rattled, but you have to figure out a way how to tear down if necessary, assess and rebuild. And once you do that, then you're able to move each piece of stone a whole lot better, and your confidence just skyrockets. And your love for yourself and your love for life and the people in it that's so truly for you, it just skyrockets. And you think, oh, I can't be this happy. This is crazy. And like, man, I'm this happy and life is good and you can't complain. Is everything where you would like it to be? Of course not. Like I said, because it's a process, it's a journey. But in understanding that it's a process, it's a journey, I can enjoy the moment of right now and be happy for that. So I'm gonna let you guys go. This video is a little longer today, but it's day 13, right? Building a better foundation on the real you. So get started on that and go through our process and share this video if you feel it has blessed you or that it will bless someone else. Peace and blessings and prosperity unto you and yours. And may you always reach for the sky, dreams, whatever you reaching for. Reach it, make it, and keep pushing. And I will see you guys tomorrow for day 14. Will be officially completing 2 weeks tomorrow of 30 days, how to gain self-confidence in 30 days. And if you follow the steps, you'll make it. All right. Y'all be blessed.